A copy of each invoice is sent to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Solidify! You are but another fool, chasing a delusional dream.
One with nature. Cha! Chit! Cha!
Gather!
Listen to the cries of a world reforged!
Stabilize! I will have order!
Show no mercy! Rise like smoke! Ha!
It is too late!
Clouds high. The birds call.
Citlali! Eat Papa! Get him!
This world shall perish, and its ashes will
Solidify!
fall like rain!
Gather!
disposal.
This is order.
Into the wind.
Gather. I'm feeling a little off.
One with nature. Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Suffer the wrath of the
Everlasting as the moon!
You want me on your team? Adventure time! I pray you will find peace in death! Get to work! Teamwork is dreamwork!
One with nature.
Incoming!
Listen to the cries of a world reborn!
I'm going in!
As one with wind and cloud.
Commendable.
Too late. Sure.
I pray you will find peace in death!
One with nature.
A prelude to Natlan's future!
You are loyal to the wrong master.
Into the wind.
Too late. It is too
Fulfill our pact! Overruled!
This is where you fall.
I will have order!
Fallen leaves. Adorn my...
Get to work! You two! Time to end! Transfix!
This world shall perish, and its ashes will fall like rain!
One with nature. The wind knows me.
Fulfill our pact!
Stabilize!
before the final blade. The embers burn.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Laid bare.
Order guide you. Stabilize.
Fall before the
One with wind and cloud. One with nature.
Get to work! Citlali! Eat Papa!
Solidify.
The wind knows me.
Everlasting as the moon!
Gather. Solidify.
before the final blade. The embers
Stabilize.
Transfixed. Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Add Astro.
What a place. All these false prizes.
Don't
You might
quit
want to get a guide if you're not familiar with
Best
the
I
area.
don't see you over in the west then. What sort of creeper is this? Rotten onion skin?
Interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
Gather! I will have order.
You two! Time to end them!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds calm. Into the wind.
Solidify!
Transfixed. The wind knows me.
Show no mercy!
One with nature.
Gather!
This is order.
Stabilize!
As one with wind and cloud.
Overruled.
Gather!
bear. Into the wind. Sha! Chip!
Solidify! I will have order!
One with nature.
Fulfill our pact!
Stabilize!
Overruled.
This is order! Solidify!
Clouds hide. The birds call. Into the wind. Sha!
Show no mercy! Citlali, it's Papa!
Stabilize!
Transfixed.
Quake!
One with nature. Sha! Into the wind. Never again.
Overruled.
Get to work!
Solidify!
Fulfill our pact!
Gather! I will have order!
Get to work!
Stabilize! Even bedrock can be turned to dust.
Fulfill our pact! You two! Time to end them!
Laid bare. Pitiful. This is where you fall. Transfixed.
Get to work! Show no mercy!
This shall not be my fate.
Get to work!
Overruled.
Order guide you.
One with nature. Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Suffer the wrath of Eastly! Show no mercy!
Transfixed.
Everlasting as the moon. Overruled. Looks like everyone's here.
Is that really the most important part? Have you all?
I admire the work.
So the set.
Unfortunately.
Anyone think Claran?
Well, whatever. If we're worried about her...
Yeah.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying it? Oh, this is.
Huh.
Well, I made sure. Anyway, wait. Well, it's only a matter. All right, Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it.
So, you reached an agreement?
Oh, and we'll collect.
All right. You collect the treasure. The city is still shrouded in in places where sunlight's.
Thank you, kind soul.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you.
She's.
Should we go find that man again at the square?
Oh, good.
Just as you start. Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward to meet you.
Greetings, gentlemen. Surely you Well, I say we go for it.
After a quick discussion, gilded
Wow.
the elderly king. He wears above his head a man dressed. After a moment,
The king does not.
the king remains esteemed. I've heard However,
Well, we've got. The golem's blade. Well,
your account does indeed.
we did take the treasure. How did he know?
Wait, but...
Only that which is.
But that's completely. Yeah, that makes no sense. If it weren't for us, the treasure would still.
Maybe so, yet the fact remains. You try. What? No answer? Surely you're not insinuating that you, clad in his
I would like to observe
the guards in the palace
Well, there goes my plan to turn the whole place.
It appears we've been visited by. Before I decide.
Can't we try to slip away? But if we try to fight the guards right, don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind them. Thanks.
You allow yours. It's only when you stay here. The guards lock the cell door.
Wait, sir!
Your voice echoes.
No! Carve out a new path.
You reach toward your.
What about that?
When did you hide?
When I was thinking about.
Rejected.
And the keys to the
Correct. You don't? Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because that state.
What? I mean.
That is.
Oh, before I took.
Wait,
I doubt it. Master left me. I gave you the sword.
Wait. Oh.
After the duel.
Before that, after the duel, though, there was a period. We were both sad. Whenever I looked at back then.
no one can change the past.
Yep. I'm thinking.
Looks like the next.
Perfect. From Claren's face, I really can't tell.
Water continues to drip from the ceiling. Eventually, you get used to the unpleasant. Suddenly, you hear.
Heads up, everyone. Someone's coming.
Gather close, everyone, and keep your voice.
Who are you?
I work as a guard in these dungeons, but my true identity is the same as your own. I'm also a
Huh?
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree in light of the irrefutable...
Executed? We.
Monsters appearing at the same location as.
There will be time for speculation when infiltrating the capital was
Have you seen our weapons any?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind his faction. To defeat him, you must find a secret...
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, you now have the and...
With the help of the.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward. Laid bare.
Gather!
One with nature. Into the wind.
Get to work! Overruled!
This should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well,
Wow.
Before you lies.
Well,
what's the matter?
As you step into the cave,
wow, this must be where the...
But this door is blocking our... Huh. What have we got down here?
a pattern on a stone door.
Is something wrong?
After a long, difficult journey, your surroundings are...
We're doing this for the sake of the people.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on... The next part of this...
Yes, that... something feels off about all this. Guess I'll...
I found something!
Found something here, too.
Same here! It worked!
Something just appeared. Some kind of...
By solving the puzzles, you prove yourself at the end of each...
With?
A key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big...
Huh? This is one of the Marechaussee Hunter keys that are passed down. It is said that 4 keys in total are required to form the final...
Huh?
You hear a few strange noises. Suddenly, all the torches in the ruin go out at once.
Huh? What's going on?
For the sake of immersion, please close your eyes, everyone.
but Paimon can still see a little bit over here. Oh, right, sorry.
Suddenly, you hear...
There's someone else here?
Wait,
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Well, if we can't see any...
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be...
Retreat! That's not the...
Your choice is no...
You got it!
Well then. Ready.
I'd like like to try to hit him with my sword.
You're strong.
Is he still standing? Goodness, he should.
Is it over? Can we open?
The enemy is strong.
What about.
Final strike. Ha!
Well, did we get him?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive display of courage, that look in his eyes. It's like...
Huh? Oh, wait. We're supposed to be role-playing.
Speak your name, guard. Is this treasure?
So he's also using his real name. Or, wait.
Then I'm even more confused. If you truly are a Marashose hunter, shouldn't you want to help us just like...
What do you know? In this day and age,
What's that supposed to mean?
my skills were passed, and what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. The Marashose...
Is he talking about how no one in the capital seems to remember that? So that's why...
If you already knew where the treasure was located, why didn't you just come?
Because I still...
Only a true Marashose hunter, as someone who sought to hurt others for his own gain.
Okay, but what is this treasure anyway?
You're sure you want to go in?
We've been talking about it for so long. Of course we want to see...
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't...
Yes.
Watch yourself.
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Before you, the door to the treasure, sealed and undisturbed. You hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too! Ugh, uncovering hidden treasure.
A stone
You call this a trick?
Maybe the troop ran out of budget?
They provided a super immersive...
Wait, I get it now.
Huh?
This is it? The Marashose hunter treasure is just a stone
Whoa, are you...
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. One of you seems to understand the significance of the treasure already. Hunt them down. Loaded. Shoo. So, how are you doing? Do you remember how you...
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to...
You mean these?
Huh? How did...
I could tell something was off the moment I stepped into this cave, so I kept an eye out.
So the strongest champion duelist in all of Fontaine...
I deserve some answers. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth.
The feelings about my father and the other Marashose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I don't know when.
But if the treasure was all you cared... From your description, I suspect...
devoured her?
Oh, your master...
No, I've heard... Wait, it can't...
The seal?
My family, my father and... But...
The Devorator would be if you lacked the power to completely destroy it, you could easily fall prey to its influence and corruption.
I heard it has the power to...
And yet...
One of them I know just the only way I could think...
I won't comment...
Well, I did pour my heart and soul in the stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marashose hunters. and how they came to be forgotten.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your... Isn't he the true antagonist? The one...
But I've already tainted...
Wake up, Florian. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be... You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you... Do you still not
You're right.
I wouldn't...
I know.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see the script.
Huh?
No.
I mean, I wrote the script with the sole purpose of luring you all here.
Then we'll just have to keep writing it. The evil...
You mean the Devorator?
Is that really so?
You aren't afraid...
I know what my friends are...
Then...
They're back!
That took a while.
Ahem! My fellow Marashose hunters!
Tone, it's so...
After crossing swords with you and witnessed...
Oh.
I confess.
That little...
That's right. He's a... to be perfectly honest, the treasure was actually...
The names of all the Marashose hunters from...
Wait, you already know?
Of course. Don't underestimate a veteran role-players.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating people. She inherited the response.
So, she was just like...
Oh,
Well, when you put it that way, working as an executioner,
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments.
Because... they chose to be. To hunt monsters.
Then this stone...
That's right. The only time they...
So...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the stone... The tablet proved their legacies...
Father. Thank you, my friend. I implore you if...
well, sounds good to me.
I have no objections, but... Mr.
Huh?
What if... GM, permissions...
At first glance, these blades...
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong to...
Good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna...
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing...
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find...
I was able to see it. We must be extremely...
Then why don't we...
No, we have...
I agree with Mr. Florian.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no...
Yes, that's what's called... Yes, that's...
All right, you...
Mr. Florian?
Of course.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join...
Finally, you decide to... As you walk away...
Going into a trance is risky.
Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should wait outside. You've already been corrupted by the Devorator once. I don't think it's a good idea for you to be this close.
That's exactly why I have to go. Why I should... Yes.
That's too risky. If things get out of hand,
I understand. But if I do this, you'll have a clear and the Devorator will have a hard time passing up a chance. You're not like me, Mrs. Consider it a duel.
Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request. The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble on...
Watch out!
Huh?
So lifelike!
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... the names! It's the Marechaussee Hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marechaussee Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marechaussee Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength. We have come to answer your summons. And so, the monsters were eradicated. Peace soon returned. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the... They will always... Yes,
It's a pretty solid story overall. That final oh, right. Yeah, mine nearly oh, we should...
did you have a good...
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back once Mr...
You're right.
Well...
Okay, so
I think it should be.
what?
I
Was dying of curiosity.
Guess none of us wanted.
What are you all talking about?
Oh, wait. Don't tell me you never...
Bit.
You're sick.
It's probably more accurate to say this was never...
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now! Did Paimon just hear that right? It's not nice to lie to...
Yeah.
If Paimon knew...
Everything was under...
As if...
Guess I'm just used... As for you,
I know.
I would say
What?
you may have been blinded by fame and you'll be far more used...
But
Of course, you'll... As far as I'm concerned...
thank you so much. Until we meet.
Speaking of Marashose hunters, what should we do about the treasure in that?
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could show it to...
No. I am no exception.
That's certainly.
Wait! Paimon...
That's because the Marash...
Oh, so...
Well, I'm sure...
Oh?
This particular the names you
So the names have...
Navia,
Huh?
I really appreciate it.
All right, anyway.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was true.
Traveler. Should...
I suppose this.
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me, the Marashose hunter, says perhaps her answer lies in her silence.
Ad Astra. Thank you for complete.
Think about it. There'll be an extra fee for that.
mercy! Hup. Ha!
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before... You can't treat a glazed lily like...
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's you two.
We didn't have anything.
Well, toward the exhibition, even so.
Oh!
Not this time.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused...
Never... Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got some...
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't look at Paimon. Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Paimon's...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's? No wonder. A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneak anymore!
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower?
I suppose...
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now.
The traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face...
What happened back there? Why did Paimon...
Have you ever heard of hay fever? To put it simply, when inhaled...
But Paimon has seen these kind...
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a react, but there's no need to worry. Pollen allergy...
Oh, well that...
Traveler! Paimon! There you are. I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air. Emily? Ah, what a coincidence.
It was nothing, really. I'm more curious as to why you thought that...
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of
Exactly.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon...
In a manner of speaking.
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany.
And that's where my expertise...
A flower expert?
Wrong.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the...
Oh, Paimon was sure she...
It's a kind...
Auguste.
In an ancient language, the word is... that reminds me. Our perfume mania. It all started when no one the demand was twofold. The value of these products became so inflated, but at the end of the day, perfume, luckily, the palais, in the end, only a few...
What does all this have to...
Well, during...
10 million?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned its namesake, the flower used to create it. Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire.
But didn't you...
Yes.
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree.
Even if I can look... Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments, to be sure. But to me, they overshadow the very... When it comes to perfume...
Wow!
Of course, every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of a goose.
Okay, that's...
Ever since that room, if I can then I'll be...
That makes sense.
Oh, I would, of course.
Well, you said it yourself.
Based on the information I have so far, it's Mr. Edgar also.
I was just about to...
Edgar?
The person you've been back when he was still...
I should also mention...
So, this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine?
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Rise like smoke! Take me up!
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they going to make that more?
It's been so long. I almost didn't recognize you, Edgar. Well, you... Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer in Fontaine.
Oh, well,
Hardly. I've taught many students, and who are these two?
they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emily's friends. Well then, the pleasure is all mine.
And these two gentlemen? Are they friends of yours, Master?
Of course. We're perfume merchants. Yeah.
Merchant?
You must be here to look...
Huh? Well,
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emily. I commissioned that be some of them were a one-of-a-kind.
No, I don't think so. Auguste is even... Although...
Impossible. If Auguste were...
Technically speaking...
well, let's take...
No. By the time that compared to things...
Wait. Are you saying...
Just thinking...
We don't have... You all traveled...
Ooh, you've got the keys to the room?
I managed to
Oh, and...
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would get... although, would it be...
Well,
Of course, no trouble at all.
all right then. I'll prepare
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Primon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
No, that's we work close.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room seems to be a connected suite, and my brother will be staying on the other. Blaze, while you're out, why don't you bring our luggage over as well? Ahem.
Yeah.
All right then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle?
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from... Could I trouble you to bring that back as well? It would...
How generous. I should thank you.
Is that so? Mr. Ood, Mr. Blake...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Are you all right? Can you hear me?
Who did this?
Kyria. August.
Kyria.
Hey, Edgar?
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you.
I checked. Oh, but that's impossible. It's not like that kid can just grow some wing. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit.
Skin is flushed. Pupils are...
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? Do you think whoever did this was hiding in the flowers before they attacked? Well, we looked all over, but the only clue...
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. Master was... He's still unconscious and inducing... Ah, yes. But first, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian...
Wait, you know...
Hey, were you talking to us, mademoiselle?
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creek. There were 4 people, a researcher from the 2 brothers. In the end, they were sent to the Fortress of...
And what is...
Every time your brother...
Miss, you have a... What?
Amber wine is... Unless... Until recent...
Emily, you little...
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring... But Master's life... If Master's attack... So I'd like to trouble you for some information.
Fine.
Sylvain!
Lucian, if this will help us find Kiri. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us sometime down the...
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar and...
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that... Still, Master was depressed for a long time after that. That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the chance to study under him for a little while. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also staring down an investigation from the Marechaussee Phantom. But before the Phantom showed up at her door, she set all the flower beds on fire, along with much of the mora we managed to earn. All the Auguste flowers, everything we worked to create, was reduced to nothing but a pile of ash.
But destroying all that evidence, wouldn't that make things worse for her?
It didn't matter at that point, because she died in the fire as well.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own. Why even ask us if you knew all of this already?
The name wasn't...
Kiria was Vijava's younger. He was just a clueless kid back then. Vijava kept him close after our...
So, you...
Vijava doted on the kid like if she left something...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to...
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste. Wait, does that mean Auguste...
Poison? No. Of course not. No, if Auguste could be considered... He probably thought we had something to do with his sister's death. We're not looking for Kiria because we have it out for him. We just wanted to see how he was doing. And if possible, we only went to prison for a bit of fraud and market manipulation. As long as we keep things honest, this...
So that's why you never mentioned Kiria during your interrogation?
Yes, exactly. We were just...
Anyway, that's all we know.
Well, at least we're able to say for certain.
Well, glad to... Lucian, let's head back to the room and...
Yes.
You think so too? But based on Sylvain's...
The way you exposed him like that? Just based on a... Oh, right!
Oh, yes. That's...
So you're,
Close. In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula, I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I I'll stay here and...
Laid bare.
Whoa, why the rush? Did something?
What? He's the most famous
Sheriff, have you received any reports of a suspicion?
No, but we've got eyes all over the area. I'll start gathering my forces.
What about you, Tighnari? Do you...
I'm sure the sheriff can handle things over at the scene, and... Then she was far... Not to mention that... As for me...
Oh, that's right! Vijava was supposed to be a scholar from Sumeru. Do you recognize the name?
From Emily's letter, certainly, but that was the first time I'd heard of it. The academia produces a lot of scholars, and there are... I didn't have time to look... I have friends in Sumeru City that can help me invest... I'll leave you and Emily...
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tighnari's discovered anything. Emily!
No longer in critical. My chemical analysis of a goose.
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect. As for whether masters.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tighnari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look. Oh, I thought he might have stopped by to... excuse me? Is Miss Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar face.
Kale. Oh, of course. Tighnari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. And please, no need for formalities. Emily is just fine.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you too, Miss, Emily. Did Kainari send you here, Colin? Yep. Master and the others went through decades worth of records last night. And still, anyway, based on what Master considered that possibility as well. How is that possible?
It start.
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now, we would. It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
That's Sylvain's voice! Hurry,
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Emily, my brother, he's gonna be okay, right?
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain.
No, that's not...
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door?
Of course. Leave it to...
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain, we'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like a shell of his former self. He may have made some bad decisions in life, but...
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is all the moments he shared with his...
If Kirio really...
Lucian can no longer... Traveler, I've got...
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the air, and now this happens. Miss Emily, I heard you're an experienced forensic doctor. Have you been able to discover anything?
Oh, I'm not actually a forensic doctor. I just happen to have some relevant knowledge. I did take a look, though. Judging by the temperature and rigidity of the body, it appears the time of death was sometime last night. I'd have to do a more thorough investigation to find out more.
Then, would you mind helping us investigate? Before he left, Tainari said we could trust your judgment if something like this were to happen.
Of course, I appreciate your trust. Many of the traces left behind at the scene will fade with time, so the sooner we investigate, the better.
We'll help too. We don't know much about dead bodies, but you can leave the other clues to us. And the windows are shut tight too. Seems...
Pupils are dilated.
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But entering through the room next door without alerting Sylvain... Wait, you don't...
No, his reaction to the loss of his brother seemed genuine, and he doesn't have a motive.
Then what could have happened last night? I know Sylvain is still in shock, but...
I agree. Also, I've made some new discoveries, so we might as well...
Mr. Sylvain, I need you to tell...
After Kyria attacked Edgar, we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors. The only door we kept unlocked was the one connecting our room. But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise!
So, no movement from the room next door, no forced entry, no signs of a struggle at the scene, and no external injury on Lucien's body. What kind of cause of death?
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils were dilated, and there weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's unlikely he was forced to ingest anything. The more plausible explanation...
A goose? No, that's not possible. Inhaling a goose? No. Emily, you ran your tests, didn't you? Go on.
No, I didn't find any...
See? A goose is harmless.
That may be true for most people, but not for everyone.
Master!
Edgar? You're up.
Thanks, Sylvain. No matter how hard you...
Edgar!
Even if we could keep it a secret for another 10 or... No. He would never give up. Not if he's... That's Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru. She was an exiled Fatus from Snezhn.
A Fatus?
The Fatui.
Ah, so you've already detected it.
Oh.
The August flower was created with the mutative and distorting power.
The Fatui, delusions...
Born of a delusion, August contained distorted elemental energy.
That's enough, Edgar. At first, Yelena wanted to keep refining the perfume and the flower. But no one knew. It didn't have any effect on ordinary people anyway.
So you decided poisoning people was worth the risk?
Listen, it's not like it was good for business. But all that talk about a goose being... unless you were particularly sensitive to elemental energy or had an entire bottle shoved down your throat like Edgar, you could use the product for...
It may be true there are no records of Auguste poisoning, but even if no one was acutely poisoned, willfully bringing a product to market despite... That explains why you were so intent on keeping Yelena and Kyria's involvement a secret all this time. The Fatui...
Ha! A goose.
So there's bad blood.
What about Yelena's...
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to disguise the product circulating on the market. But if the Mara Chaussee Phantom decided to look into the flower before we could even put our plan in motion, Yelena beat us to it.
But if her goal was to destroy evidence, yeah, she could have just burned the flower beds and fled.
I thought about it for a long time, but it was everything she did. One of the reasons they defected from the Fatui was the deterioration of Yelena's body, due to her excessive use. After arriving in Fontaine, Yelena continued using the delusion to cultivate the Auguste flower.
So she couldn't...
If her true identity... The Auguste? So
the wealth you...
Most likely. That's why Lucy...
But why is Kyria out for revenge anyway? Doesn't he know about...
I don't think he knew his sister was nearing death. Elena always wore.
Then all I'll need to do is tell Kiria what really happened, and then he'll give up on his revenge. I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, he'd still find someone to. It's hard to pull yourself out.
Very true.
Edgar! What?
Think about it. If we hadn't been... If we hadn't...
We were just trying to... Lucian's...
3 people from... Well, we can only wait until the Academia sent...
The hotel could... Although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain... I'd just ask for Sylvain. Would you be willing to grant that request?
Well, the man we grew to know...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah, all we know is that he uses a goose to poison people. But we still have no idea if he targets Sylvain or Edgar again.
That may be true. But if we take...
Master, no! That's too dangerous.
So, if Kiria learns we're being taken away tomorrow, his last chance to enact his revenge would be tonight. In other words, you want to use us as bait to capture him.
Capture? Not necessarily. I just want to talk. What?
Afraid? This is my only chance to make him pay for what he did. I'm spending the rest of...
I'll admit, it could work. Then I'll station some of my men around the hotel.
I still have some reservations. But if you insist on carrying out this plan...
I'll also keep one.
Although, if Kiria noticed another person in the...
You mean if he doesn't...
If that were to happen...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
All right, we can fix...
Get to work!
The rules of the Knights of Livonia state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip? You're always so busy. And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time. Great. There's nothing more in now. How about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way. Well, lucky me. I'll hold you to that. Liyue's Ministry of... I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack.
Get to work!
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am. Great. Maybe you can tell me about your previous travels here along the way. It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything, go on a long trip, and see something new. Who knows who we might cross paths with? We might even end up going on an impromptu adventure. Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewel.
What do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my...
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're looking for...
Oh, that's a pity.
No worries at all, sir. Exactly. There's no risk in... It's only human... The Ministry of Civil...
I think that's sound advice.
Incoming!
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade? We've got plenty of both for your viewing pleasure.
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, there's nothing to be... Feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything... Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if... My terms are clear and transparent.
Sounds perfectly...
Yes, exactly. I'll leave you to browse.
Amber-colored jade would probably make for a good souvenir. Why not? This is a quirky little place. Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll...
Ahoy there, Captain!
What, a poor sailor like...
Hey!
I mean, you want the full list, or... Hold up, is that... Captain Kaya! What, brings you to Liyue?
Oh, just taking a...
Yes.
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while I'm here?
Let me think. And, speak...
Your wife.
Very well.
All right. Ah, I
see. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to...
An educated guess. Yes, you could put it like that. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. The captain was making a delivery to Mondstadt when his ship sprang a leak. He overexerted himself fixing it and keeping the cargo dry, and ended up passing out from exhaustion. I took him to Mondstadt to recover.
Well, it still seems strange to me. Sure, he's hardly the most charming conversationalist. His eldest was one...
Well, stop.
Someone drilled... His line of work isn't... Competition is... Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our good...
I am an
Since you asked about... If memory serves...
Huh.
Return to the skies! Rise like smoke!
Huh. So this is the Hu Tea House.
we meet again, Captain Kaya. What a coincidence. Twice in one day. Oh, that didn't take me long, and I ran the whole way.
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a...
Shh, just leave it. I take it that you two... Oh, did you manage to...
Yes, thank...
I'm so lost.
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain Kaya when you were there on business, or when you were visiting the in-laws?
The latter. Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his limbs, so they can't have roughed him up too bad.
Yes, he did. My wife was in...
So, what happened?
Huh?
No, that's not...
They did.
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and...
Captain Kaya. Yet, despite that, they tossed me into what I'd intended. That was euphoric, but God no...
So,
I made it to the winery. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord to explain everything. He then escorted us both safely to Stonegate.
Oh, Wu, I'm sorry, but...
Ugh.
Trust me.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Still, in fact...
I wonder how...
Oh, poor Wu. Oh, poor Wu.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't, I did actually forget at first. But once he brought up his daughter, the memory of his naked escapade, D-Luke thought... So, hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? Do I really strike you as the kind of person to keep track of favors in a notebook? I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions.
I'm back with fruit. Please help yourselves, everyone. My treat.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Once my new
pharmaceutical business. So you found a new career? No more shipping?
Shipping's impossible work nowadays. There's too much competition, and the margins are too small. So I've decided to switch gears. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo Pharmacy and provide funding for a brand new medication it's specially for... I've suffered from it. It's a good cause. And a stable...
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections for something like that. So is it Dr. Baiju that you're in talks with?
Oh no, not He gave me a few...
Dr. Baiju's master.
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his medicine to the other guys at the docks. And after some hesitation, he just went right ahead and wrote up a prescription for me. He said that he should... Huh?
Captain Wu...
Hold on. He spent a lot of... This Baifudzu you met. Did he by any chance have a goatee and salt and pepper hair?
He did.
If I may,
You're right, Captain Kai.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now. Hey, let him deal with this, okay? No point in you stressing yourself out, too. Fraud or not, it's up to Captain Wu to figure out exactly who he's gotten himself involved with. I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts hero for that matter, and neither are you. Wait, or are you? Now that I think about it, I can see you having a secret double life as a martial arts hero here in Liyue. You certainly have the personality for it. Either way, Liyue has its own rules and We came here to—
It is said that yet fate for—
Is that all? Oh, I was hoping to hear the rest of the story. It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself to save others, and it does make for some good storytelling, but it leaves you wondering—
Oh, I see the show is over. Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Hold on.
Well...
Okay, so you've got another meeting lined up.
I've got no one to blame but myself. Young man, you're a good person, and I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, it's up to me to find a way to get my Mora back. The consequences are mine alone to bear. At my age, I'm sure I should be comforting the young with words of wisdom rather than the other way around.
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Come with me.
So much stuff. I need to find a spot where I can write all this down.
I am quite curious. How does our chivalrous martial arts hero intend to come to Captain Wu's rescue here? There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we? Oh, I'm surprised. I didn't know you thought of me as someone who helps other people unconditionally. I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really. Your logic is very straightforward, but I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now. Captain Wu, how would you—
I'm sorry?
Let's say, if it could be done—
What exactly are you—
The traveler here is—
Captain Kaya? Young man, thank you. I will humbly accept your kindness.
All right. Now here's what I'm thinking. All right, then Don't worry.
Absolutely.
So much stuff. Return to the skies! Watch out!
Ah, you're here. Good. You've got nothing. Before I toss the coin, I'll get our guy to bet heads or tails. Then it's your turn to bet. Now remember, if I
Hello. Are you waiting for someone? As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome. As long as you follow...
From the way you describe it, Liyue does sound like an attractive place to settle. All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants.
I understand. For one as ambitious...
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to... They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them. Very well. I'll make an exception for you this one.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Here is the tea that you ordered. Please enjoy.
Ugh, this tea is... never mind. Mr. Bai, this is...
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your generosity.
You there. I'll get yours too. Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a water... That would be quite nice. Flaunting? Come on, we're talking...
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of...
The name's Albert. Surname Rich. But only the servants in the house...
Albert does have a nice ring to it.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you...
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar. To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity. Please, let me draft up an exact itinerary. I'll make sure to give...
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Guhua, huh?
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird. Seriously, though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few tricks down at the wharf. Is it that kind of thing? I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Young man, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't...
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my...
Please, my friends, let's not get... You young people have hot temper.
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll... No, what I find truly absurd... Fine, you can have your apology if you win, but on one condition. We'll do the best of three.
Well,
Why don't you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this... What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side...
Of course, I'm on...
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of...
all right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the dice gambling games I used to play in my youth. If it's just for a few...
All right, now we're talking. Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to draw a line on one side. You two can wait for me.
Young man, I can see that you haven't spent many. I, too, in the real world. You young people are much too impulsive. It pays to keep a level head.
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side. We should also take turns.
Sounds fair.
All right, then. Let me think. I'll also go with
Oh, darn,
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the cards app. I have a suggestion. I flipped the coin
Now just wait a second.
Oh?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this, well, that's not my only consideration. In dice games, people use all sorts. If Albert wins, if that happens, a purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any...
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose the right person to be my guide. Here, take it.
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This one seems perfectly normal to me, however.
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick...
Tails, huh? Well, you seem...
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied. So, no one...
Well, here you go. What?
You make...
Okay, and now it's my turn to get...
What say you to another round?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two of us can play.
But, Albert, all the fun of gambling is in the stakes involved. What say you to throwing a little loose change into the pot?
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it simple, shall we? If you guess right, I pick up the...
Sure.
Well... Wouldn't it defeat the whole...
All right. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me.
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled with real money before, my old man.
Well, in that case, would you care for another game?
Sure. And let's up the stakes a little this time. Shall we say 50,000?
Oh, maybe that's a little on the...
What, 50,000?
All right.
Great, then I'll bet heads. No takebacks. Heads.
Tails. Oh, how... Albert,
Advance pay... Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What are you talking about? I think you'll find that our bet was for 50,000.
No, it wasn't. The amount was 1 million.
1 million? Are you insane? Come on now, Albert. Be serious. 1 million here and 1 million there might be all fun and games.
I'm being perfectly serious.
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, what the? I'm not... Oh, I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into betting over a coin toss. And now you're... Do you have any idea who you're trying to cheat? I know all the tricks in the book. I can't believe... Well, don't you try to celebrate just yet. Do you really think... Frauds!
What is going...
Wait, don't throw me out!
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want any...
Take me up! Watch out!
Okay, you two?
Gladly. He won 250.
Okay, so...
It's a complete...
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here.
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye towards casual games of dice, but there, return any winnings to the party you took them from, and we'll say that none of this ever happened. Otherwise, I'll have to bring in the Millilith. And I can assure you that they take a more hard line on this kind of thing than we do.
Why should I have to give them any mora?
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them to the tune of exactly...
You...
Halberd! Fang! There's a gentleman here that I'd...
Please, please don't. I'll pay.
This was never your mora to begin with. We'll be returning it...
Watch out!
What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the 2nd floor?
Yes, everything.
Woo. This was your doing, what? Along with that blonde one. And all the customers. I know where you live. And I know what your wife looks like. And your pretty little daughter, too.
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take...
Well, let's see how long that...
Oh, look at that. He figured it out.
Don't you two get cocky either. Just you wait.
My apologies. I noticed that... Would I be correct in...
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal However, I understand that our own...
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating on someone else's turf, you run the risk of over to you, Bray.
Okay. I understand this.
Well, Captain Wu, remember what...
Excuse me, coming through. Is this the Mr... Yes, that's him.
Wait.
You can't talk your way. Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? You got tangled up in this too, huh? In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a... Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your...
Hey, keep your hands...
Thank you so much, the both of you. I really don't know how I could ever begin to repay...
Well, I have an idea.
Let me think.
Sounds fun to me. The wind knows me. Well, this was certainly an event. Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin. You still need some practice to a better question to ask my answer would be, of course, this whole arrangement hinges... Yeah, I was a little surprised when he unwittingly called out our trick coin. But it didn't matter. A good gambler always keeps their options open. You have to... So when I went to the... That's safely... But hey, especially as long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, it was all...
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no Well, I may not be the smartest guy around. We were just... If there's...
No? There are two kinds of people who owe me favors. One is my informants. Ah, and you're torn again. Well, this is the regular coin I prepared for the if it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call. May the Lord of Geo decide.
So?
What do you think? What does your heart...
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude.
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained. He's being...
What? He's the one who helped craft all the fragrances for our shop.
He taught my child how to make perfume.
How? He hasn't been convicted yet. Let's just wait and see what the court has to...
Oh, everyone on the street is talking about the rumors. No matter where, Carrie... Let's head back to the hotel and take a break. We can see how the other preparations are going while we're...
The seas are calm and the sky...
Emily!
Thank you, Kale. But first, here, I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. Why don't...
Oh, that's...
Oh, it's not... You seem very...
Oh, Hey, Emily! Kale! Oh, are we interrupting something? No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through with you here anyway. I've just been thinking. There was just a single... When I accompanied maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to experience... So did he attack Edgar as a warning then? To skip...
Based on what we've heard about Kyria, that...
Losing his sister all those years, whenever I get to thinking like that, I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong. In all my years of cleaning up crime scenes, I've witnessed countless families mourn their loved ones. Their cries of devastation and anger still echo through my mind. Even now. Some of them even surround yourself. So while you do, Sylvain, answering those I've witnessed, but generally speaking...
Once you're consumed...
You're right, but that all... I understand...
Emily, Traveler. Huh? Edgar.
Oh, it's you two. Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay for you to...
A little. Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I've grown attached to these flowers. I would imagine Sheriff Shah...
the Night Watch. You mentioned...
That's right. I've stationed some of... Exactly. After some discussion, and Emily's expertise is sure to come in...
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Not a peep. Has Kirya given up on his revenge? Guess we'll have to keep at... Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleeping.
Perhaps Kirya's true motive was simply forcing Sylvain... No, that can't be right. If all he wanted was for Sylvain to be convicted for his true crimes, he could have tipped off the Marechaussee Phantom years ago. There must be something we're missing.
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then, like, oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers. Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear?
It was the older of the merchant brothers, right?
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain. Poor guy was...
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant named Lucian, and...
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene.
It's been 3 days and they haven't even caught a glimpse of the guy.
Do you think it could be the work of an... I mean, how do you get away with something like that with so many people?
Keep it moving, everyone. No lawyer...
I suppose...
You don't know that. Kirya already attacked you once, and you survived. Perhaps he doesn't...
You were the only reason I managed to survive.
Even if I wasn't there, Tainari was also in the vicinity.
Is that so? I have... But Kirya has nothing. Yelena is gone. It really makes...
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kirya himself, once we finally catch him.
Well, Emily, there's something else. But so many flowers were transported here for the show. Some of them, thousands of... Whether Kirya gets to me first, or I'm sent back to Fontaine to stand... I know it's a lot to ask. But could...
Of course.
Really? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Now I truly have nothing to worry.
Sheriff Sham still...
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting. He can be quite impatient.
I'm sorry, man.
still isn't back. Yeah, that's...
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. The crowd is gone now too, but after listening to Emily's plan, I started getting the materials together and arranging personnel. To be honest, I'm still...
The key clue was right in front of us, Let's go. We'll show you where the... This is it!
The glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a...
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
Exactly at...
A flower that only blooms at night. Ah, like the Neelit Pala Lotus.
Exactly. Although the Neelit Pala Lotus wouldn't be a good substitute in this scenario. When it's closed, the gaps between the petals are... That's why Kyria chose the glaze lily as his mechanism. He would...
If poured into the flower pot, the liquid would seep into the soil. There's a sticky substance on the edge of the... If you stick the petals together with slime condensate, then, in the daytime, There's a sticky If you stick the...
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime condensate to the petals to stick them together. That way, the agouste would remain trapped inside during the daytime, unable to seep between the petals and evaporate into the air. This also allowed the culprit to plant the poison. However, the diluted slime condensate wouldn't be viscous enough to prevent the petals of the glaze lily from opening at night.
And Kyria could execute his revenge without having to step foot inside the room.
By the next morning, the sample of agouste would have nearly fully evaporated. The glaze lily would have already closed its petals, and any lingering odor would be concealed by the fragrance of the other flowers in the room.
Wait a second. You're telling me this version of agouste is so toxic, inhaling the minute amount And how did Edgar even survive ingesting a whole bottle of this?
That's because agouste is just as dangerous now as it was all those years ago. The level of toxicity has never changed.
Ah, you mean people who are sensitive to elemental energy? That can't be right. They were involved in the operation all those years ago. If this...
I wouldn't use the word allergic necessarily. It's more like they're susceptible to its effects. But you can think of it this way.
All kinds of essential... The incense I smell... In Fontaine. In Sumer... In Sumeru, scholars use spirit borneal to aid...
Alchemically produced essential oils.
That stuff gave us a lot of trouble when we first came to... yes.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon to use incense indoors, so its presence wouldn't arouse suspicion. The flowers in the room could also...
Flowers were pretty important to this plan, huh? The glazed lily is native to Liwa. It would be completely...
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
No wonder he was willing to pay a small fortune to rent out the hotel. He probably used the mora Yelena left him, don't you think? That money was supposed to set him, but in the end, it was just a...
There's a saying among forensic doctors in Fontaine. Every step you take leaves him. But up until this point, we have... But because he's been disguised as someone...
Creating such an intricate... It all points... Kyria and Edgar.
But Kyria was only in his teens back then. He wouldn't even be 40 years old by now. Edgar's lived here for so many years. Even if he changed his appearance, going that long with...
Bad news, Sheriff. Mr. Edgar was attacked.
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran out of his room. It was giving off a... But before we could even react, the figure up and disappeared like some sort of ghost or something. By the time we got a look inside the... Do you think Kyria kidnapped?
I need you to think very carefully about this. Are you...
I mean, Mr. Edgar was so frail. I don't see how he could have moved that fast.
It would seem Master decided to tap into an ill-advised...
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's...
But why? Why would he do that?
No. If his aim was to target everyone who had a hand...
If he left Sylvain alive yesterday, not out of a desire to see him suffer, but to confirm the truth about why Elena chose to die,
then there's still...
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry before they're forced to confront each other.
Incoming! Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
A shadow-like figure? Sorry, I didn't see anything.
Take me up!
Ghost! It's a ghost!
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath.
I saw a black... How could... How...
This is terrifying.
No! Don't come any closer! If we go any further, we'll be out of Port Ormo!
It's all right. I can detect a faint whiff of the scent from here. I would say he passed by this location. It's this way. Please, follow me. The scent is getting stronger. This must...
Oh! O's! Are you all right? Were you...
No, I'm all right. I was just chasing a...
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, this feeling...
Everything looks all right. It was probably just the stress of the chase, combined with the impact of...
I can't rest. Mr. Edgar is still in there. He's a good man.
O's, you need to calm down and listen to me. Edgar is the one we're after. He and Kyria...
But how is that possible? Mr. Edgar is 70-something. Changing your appearance...
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary measures to age himself. Kyria used a delusion to bring back the Auguste flower, corroding his body in the process, just like his older sister.
No. He couldn't have. Mr.
And what if the impersonation started before he... I've yet to confirm it, But I suspect Kyria killed the real Edgar Fontaine not long after his release from while Edgar was incarcerated. Kyria started making preparations to replace him, including forcefully aging his body. Studying perfumery, the new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous desire to let go of the past. And Sumeru fit the bill to a T, with no one around to question his identity. All he had to do was grow a beard, don a pair of glasses, make a few minor as the years went by. He removed his disguise little by little and continued to refine his skills.
That explains why Sylvain said he barely recognized Edgar back. He aged himself decades beyond his years just so he could accomplish his
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that...
What you really need is to get out of here.
No,
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, no matter... I know how to relieve your symptoms, Mr. Ooze. I'm sure Kyria... No, Edgar wouldn't want any more innocent...
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision... Actually, I hate to trouble you, but we need people to...
Hear that?
Traveler, for someone who's...
Don't worry. This isn't the end. We're not going to let...
Extract!
Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy. I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff.
Whoa, look at all the Auguste... There are so many of them. I can't believe a single person.
I fear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon. Using a delusion comes at a cost, not just...
But why would Kiria need... He only needed a few bottles of a goose to carry out his...
Perhaps hatred wasn't the only emotion fueling his obsession with it. Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all the flowers transported to but Kiria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life in Sumeru for someone with nowhere to call home. Perhaps dying among a bed of Agus flowers, just like his sister, is the best homecoming he could have.
Overruled.
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh, quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Rise!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers is getting stronger.
Did they catch up that... No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all of... Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but the reason why you continued to use the delusion, the reason why you set your garden on... I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Please! Yelena!
Emily? I'm alive. No, that's not possible.
That was an illusion, likely brought about by the residual toxin in your body coupled with the pollen in the air, neither of which are fatal.
No, the amount of Auguste I drank, it should have been a fake.
We started making the preparations last night with one goal in mind, to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making,
the product in its most primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedarwood, rounded out with a base note of agarwood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear Auguste to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it. Perfume all in behind.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed, miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emily?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste.
Convincing you that your revenge had been completed was the easiest way to get you to...
Impossible. Even if you found a way to... If Auguste was so easy to replicate.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Those ingredients would have conflicted with each other if you tried to combine them in the past, but recently, we found a way for them to work.
Rainbow roses?
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. All this time, people never stopped analyzing it. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We've found better ways to extract the mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable almost 20 years ago, but now it's
the past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known that it is possible to make an accord, even if... But the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so inflated, you allowed yourself to get lost in it. Just like the perfume, you believed in its divinity and grandeur. Your obsession with Auguste is also what allowed us to predict how you intended your plan to end.
We just didn't expect it to happen.
Well, so... since you've been preparing your accord since last night, that means the news of Sylvain's death. The crowd gathered outside the hotel.
Yes. If we hadn't, you might have resorted to the delusion out of desperation, or continued to use your Spirit Borneal and Auguste combination to wreak...
Who knows? Maybe I would have just offed myself then.
I know if you had things your way, you would carry the truth of Edgar's demise and the secrets of this garden to the grave, but Sylvain only inhaled a small amount of poison. He's being... All the crimes he concealed back then will be exposed in a court of law for everyone to see.
Is that so? Well,
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to justify. I did.
Careful, everyone. This environment is...
Stick close and hurry up.
Looks like I'm almost out of...
Of course, Master.
The combination you used to make...
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient consists of... So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking... What if...
You're saying Yelena designed Auguste to have...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias. The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their essential oils directly, they would just... But if you cultivate a new flower species that intrinsically carries the unique features of those three scents, you can bypass that issue.
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Yelena.
Quake!
Did you know? Miss Emily's releasing a new... Right, I heard about...
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume.
I was hoping to release it without such a fuss, but the news... I just hope it won't become the source of some new myth. Especially after all the work we did to demystify it. I did, although I made a few modifications to the formula to make the scent more pleasant and long. Also, I was...
Of course! Oh, it smells great!
It's alright. All feet besides. When it comes to perfume...
Right! Do those flowers have some
if I had to...
A language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before! Paimon remembers...
What each flower is said to... After returning to Fontaine, I did some... Perhaps that's the legacy Yelena...
You think Kyrian...
I paid him a visit before his trial and explained what I found, but he didn't... Who knows? Maybe she didn't mean anything by it at all. That was his... Yelena is gone. We'll never know what she was thinking. We can look for meaning all we want, but it'll never be anything but conjecture. Even if that is what she was trying to say, I would never be avenging her death. That was the... Kyria cultivated his revenge like... In any case, thank you for saving my life. Love and hatred when someone died, but even if it's only the meaning we give, and yet at the...
Just then, the rain stopped. Or should it keep raining? Watch out!
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to
How about you, Navia?
We've stocking up on materials. Well, our financials, though just peace. Oh, you. So before I came over this time, and then, but after.
That does sound like.
Oh, want to take a look?
Let Paimon see. This looks like a. Okay, Paimon.
I thought that is long.
Well, now you know.
Anyway, worst comes to worst.
So you're going.
Yep, that's. You said you don't have.
It's a bit sudden.
Then let's go.
Oh, you.
Oh, sorry. I meant. All right, follow me. the engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon is always one.
Yeah, that's right.
If you provided Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The Aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head. But that would only be the case from what I've heard.
Huh.
Yeah.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head.
All right. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during...
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the... While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personality... My father...
Sounds like they were...
Yeah. But sometimes, Silver once said, so... I will always associate. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take... I've lost many. The fact won't change that they always... But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Besides... We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new Poisson.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right? Okay.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to
Oh, hey!
Hey, we did hand over...
Thank you for the compliment. As you see, I've been Mr. Malou